anesthesiologist there, the nurse is there, the head physician's there, they got the OR set up, ready to go, and they say to me, "Where's your wife?" And I'm just like, panicked. What do you mean, where's my wife? You guys are supposed to send her down here. So I don't know, if we were too cheap to buy cell phones or they hadn't invented them yet. So I rushed back home to see if there was a message on the answering machine, thinking maybe the worst. And I found my wife, she's taking a shower, she's packing her suitcase. And I'm all nervous, let's go. So anyways, eventually we get down there and, they start the C-section, and maybe I'll get a little graphics there, but the way they do this is the wife stays away, and they give her a local thing so they don't feel the pain. But they put a little curtain so the wife can't see. I'm watching the whole thing from both sides of the curtain. And I just know my wife is going to have one, she's going to either faint, or two, she's going to start telling the surgeon how to do his job. But luckily she never looked over the curtain, but I was about to faint in there. They tell you it's a small operation. It's not a small operation. It's a huge monster operation. They're pulling stuff out of Ann. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this stuff's like her kidney or something. How does the doctor know how to pull the right stuff out? The first incision they make on Ann, the fluid comes out like crazy. They have gutters. They have gutters on the side of the table, and they're full. The gutters are full. They're going over the side. The doctor stops the operation. He says, "Bring the orderlies in to clean up the table. And by the way, bring all the other doctors in because they got to see this. We've never seen the gutters overflow." They send up Tiffany to be washed. And then he says, "Bring the doctors back in. This is the biggest placenta I've ever seen." At the time, before that, I've been reading something about childbirth. There's something in childbirth called an indeterminate sex. And that means when the baby's born, they can assign it one way or the other. And the doctor, he says, after they clean up Tiffany, they bring the baby and say, "Announce to your wife what her baby is." And I'm thinking, is this a trick question? And I look at her and go, that's a girl. But I've never seen a baby at, just born. So maybe it's not. And anyway, so I kind of say, I said this, "Shoot." And I think I chose the wrong sex. Can I stab it too long? Anyway, it all turned out okay because we have Sam now. Both my wife are engineers, and I had certain theories about how to raise kids, and as engineering, you take a lot of science class. And I figured this was a good chance for me to prove some theories of mine. And one theory I had was boys' toys are way cooler than girls' toys. There's no way in the world that anybody should ever like girls' toys. So I bought Tiffany a lot of boys' toys. She didn't ever play with a single one of them. And that was, I remember once I bought her a bicycle. I thought it was pretty smart. I bought a boy's bicycle with a Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtle hat. And I figured Sam could, he could use it after Tiffany got it. Well, Tiffany, I think she has a long-term memory because she waited until she met Steve, and Steve got her a proper bike with tassels on it. So. And I said, this is the biggest waste of money. Who's going to spend $100 for a gown you wear one day? I said, good at that. So, there was, people who know me know that my wife says it's a mental problem or something, but a lot of times I think of something in my head, and the wrong word comes out. One time I was at the zoo, and we wanted to see some rhinos, and I told Tiffany they were hippopotamus. And I don't know, I think Sam caught on to it, because he used to always come up to Tiffany and go, Tiffany, say hippopotamus. Anyways, the I had with me is, if she mispronounces something, I should correct her so she has the right pronunciation. When we were first married, she used to tell me to get these sauce pads to clean up the dishes. And I could never figure out sauce pads. And I would, and then about 2 years into the marriage, I finally looked at it and it said S-O-S. Sauce. Sauce pads. And it had already been 2 years. I really didn't want to tell her at that point what they're really called. I just like, I was going to get in big trouble if I told her. So I let it go on for about 20 years. These are called sauce pads in our house. So it comes out and they get saucy. They are sauce pads. So one time, Tiffany comes home from college. Her mother tells her, go in the garage and get some sauce pads. Tiffany kind of looks at me like, what are sauce pads? And I told her, listen, whatever you do, don't tell Mom. This has been going on for 20 years. So now it's the SOS pads. So Tiffany goes down in the garage. This is proof Tiffany can't keep a secret. She goes down in the garage and he comes back and goes, guess what, Mom? These are called SOS pads and your dad's been lying to you. Development learning. So she did that. And all I can say is, thanks, Steve, for undoing it.
Mama.
We just feel lucky. In fact, I think I'm starting a new thing up to tell Steve to tell Tiffany I actually chose Steve. But I don't know if all of you know the story of what happened to Tiffany. You probably don't know the details of what the story is. So last year, Tiffany had got a sinus infection that had gotten out of hand, and the doctors told us that they were going to have to operate from ear to ear, pull her forehead skin down, remove maybe 4 to 5 inches of her skull, 4 to 5 square inches of her skull, replace it with some sort of artificial material. Now, if you're a parent and someone tells you that, you just about die. And so Stanford University, she went to Stanford University, started taking some medicines. Steve brought her food. Steve, when they got out of the hospital, Steve was the one who took care of the family. Steve quit his job to take care of her. We couldn't have asked for a better son-in-law.
Mama, look. Too many.
So, anyways, I want to toast to Steve and toast to Steve and Tiffany. We are so proud to have Steve part of our family. Thank you.